Now, just about everyone that saw this bank building said to themselves, how do I get in there? Getting into the building is fairly easy. You search around the welcome mat and find the front door key. Then it's just a few stat checks and we're in. Inside, there's not really much, just a painting with a date on it and a cash register. The vault door is completely blocked off, and if you check the date in the local newspaper archive, we found that they accidentally installed it in backwards. At least we can raid the cash register. If you're a complete barbarian, you can use our strength score of 6 to just rip the cash register out. Or we could punch in the number 3. Yeah, they have a 3-headed dog for a mascot, and they use the number 3 as a password. Seems real secure to me. If you want to actually get in the vault, we have to wait till chapter 4. Wandering around the swamp for a while, you'll encounter a place called Mudhenge. Heading there, you'll find a lady selling brochures for 2 meat, but picking one up is essentially a scam, so we ignore her and head through the hole in the fence. Now that we're in Mudhenge proper, we start wandering around randomly. When we enter certain gates, an additional sound will play, which will help us find the correct path, but we also need to find a few other things too. One is a backpack with a gator man protecting it. After a quick scuffle, we can get the pack to ourselves and find a sort of cryptic phrase on the back of a flyer for a nudists meeting. Oddly enough, the important takeaway here is that we don't want to wear any clothes for this upcoming part. If we take too many wrong gates, we can actually encounter a minotaur coming out of a portal to help us. He says he's come a long way through a lot of personal hardship, and hands us a third of a gas can. Since we can't really use that, we just shrug our shoulders and throw it away. Oh well. In any case, the actual way through is the small left gate, the center gate, the small left gate again, the center gate again, the small right gate, the center one for the 3rd time, the small right gate again, then the right twin and the left twin gate. This leads us to a gathering of druids who are all dancing around an altar. Provided we're naked, we're free to join the proceedings without having to fight them. After enjoying some delicious mud, we pull ourselves off the floor and approach the altar, compass in hand. Sadly, it doesn't seem to matter which version of the compass we have, as long as we make our wish. Now, for our wish, we can choose either Charles or Meat here, but it doesn't really matter because they both go to the same place. Once we step through the indicated gate, we arrive at the longer fellow. On deck, we find that pretty much the whole thing has fallen into disrepair and we're going to need to start fixing things. First is the old intercom, which immediately blares to life when you shove a fuse in it. The guy on the other end says he's the captain, and he's been trapped on the bridge with a bunch of the crew. He tells us a date and that we're supposed to use that to get the password to the lower decks. The only problem is that he doesn't remember the proper format. This is the absolute worst puzzle in the game, so I'll just tell you that it's 140054. Once we get into the longer fellow's underbelly, we can bash on this gauge a few times and it'll fix the steam problem. In the locker, we can find a few decoding clues on the password we literally just solved. Wonderful. But with the steam out of our way, we can head upstairs. On the middeck, we come face to face with a giant deadly crow. Now we could fight it, but instead we're going to open the outhouse by punching the code 040154, which is just international with the year backwards. Heading into the past, most of the passengers won't even speak to us, except this one lady wearing an incredibly shiny tiara. We can buy the thing off her for 100 meat and head back to our own time to find that the crow really wants it. Now the tiara is pretty good, but if we kept it, we'd have to fight the crow anyway. Instead, we throw it into the time portal and the crow chases it, leaving our way clear. Upstairs, we're surrounded by crow nests, which are ironically not the same as the boat version. We can't get into the captain's cabin without a key, but it's hidden in one of these nests, so we're just going to loot all of them and have to deal with some crows. As usual, we could fight them, but if our stats are at least 7 across the board, we can just scare them all away. Honestly, the dialogue for this is great, and I highly recommend you do this. Key in hand, we unlock the door and head in to find that the captain has been lying to us. There's only a robot here, no crew at all. Now, you can deal with the robot however you like, but we're actually here for the terminal on the wall. By turning it off, our compass will now work again, and we want to head back to Mudhenge. This time, we want to wish for meat, and Mudhenge will point us to the big gate where we're teleported to the inside of the bank vault. Now that took some doing, but the rewards are kind of lackluster. Unless someone knows what to do with a locker full of salt, there isn't much in here besides meat. Oh well. Hey, thanks for watching. I've had a good time putting this video together, and I really hope they're useful to you. Have a good day.